We also have for the 2 years for the main platinum sponsor for the Malaysia Blockchain Week. And yeah, he is also the founder managing partner of Active8. Okay. And another one is Mr. Trong Nguyen, is my friend from Vietnam, and he is the head of BD director of the Live AI. And coming soon, we have a very in-depth cooperation. And today, Mr. Trump had bring some gift, some surprise gift for some of you guys, but you have to stay till the end. All right? Can or not? Okay. And the third one, Andrew Liu, which is from the CRM Clicks, handling the business development. And if you have noticed our social media, that our Dynachains and DCI have a partnership with CRM Click. So CRM Clicks is a leading exchange which is based in Malaysia, Poland as well, and very active in Malaysia Web3 market. And I have met Andrew many times since Malaysia's Blockchain Weeks and a lot of offline events. So that I think Andrew is the first time to our global center. Okay, so give a big applause to them. Alright. Okay, so let us start for today's panel. For the first question, so in your view, as you know, in the convergence of AI, blockchains and healthcare becomes one of the most promising the new narrative in the Web3 space. Why? So first we can have Dr. Yan Tan.
Hi everyone, my name is Ian, and glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me back here to be on this stage. And I think just to share a little bit about my thoughts, we're going into a very new age right now where we see a very big convergence between tech and health, right? In fact, the very ring that I wear here right now is a DePIN product, where it's a wearable ring, it's a smart ring where it's actually interconnected with blockchain. And I believe that that's something that DC Plus is moving towards as well, right? It's something very interesting because you do want to make sure that every single health metric that you are actually tracking, you are able to have full control of it. And that's what the blockchain is all about, right? So data, privacy, and also being able to kind of like make sure that if you're going to be monetizing your data, you want to be monetizing it yourself, right? Not someone else monetizing it on behalf of you. So I think that's very important, and that's where the convergence is. In terms of like AI, I think I'll let my fellow panelists kind of share more about that.
Thank you. So, in my point of view, yeah, you have the DePINs like the rings, or later on we have more about other wearable devices like watches, or even you have the mattress for sleep children, or you have for the drink children. And just a little bit about the DePINs. I think we create a lot of data, we generate a lot of data, and we have the device to track the vital signs and everything. But the most important to turn those data into the outcomes. That would be the most important thing in now, the next step after we have those devices. And you have the DePINs and the devices to generate the data. And that data now, in terms of AI, with accurate data, and you have clean data, then you train the AI models. And that will help also to accelerate the process of generating income, the health outcomes. You know, for example, a person, he has a problem like diabetes or something, or with cardiovascular disease. And you have to depend the device to track those signs. And interacting with the AI models that could generate recommendations or those things. Especially in Live AI or Genetica, we also integrated the other things into the AI models is the DNA. Because from your DNA, we get a lot of insights of your body. So we can provide not just general recommendations, but also the very personalized recommendations. And AI, we have a lot of models out there, but the things that AI now is turning into the stage of applications. And in health, with the integrating of the DePINs and AI teams, we could not just about the integrity or data transparency, but also to generate the outcomes for the health that would be the things for now and for the future. Yeah.
All right. For my personal point of view is that first of all we talk about health, right? So for health, it's definitely something that every person in every country cares about it. Okay, it's very universal. And then when you talk about AI comes with like intelligence, technology and all that. And with blockchain provides like transparency, and then you own your own data and all that. So when these three things, these three so-called master pillar combines together, it achieves a very so-called a very powerful impact to the market. Okay, when you talk about health is definitely everyone is chasing for it and all that. Yeah. So even though when we say about in Web3 there are too many, there are too much of as we call like racing trail. Okay, you can choose like NFT. You can participate in DePIN, the apps and all that, even though you can participate in centralized exchange and all that. So but with the latest trend, okay, instead of speaking of trend, but we are building some things which is a basic things in our life, health. People do care about health, we care about how we can live much more longer, but when you turn health, okay, with something that I think this space is really energizing. So of course all the technical issue. Okay, so let's talk about like when you turn like some things that you do daily, okay, exercise, walking, sleeping, into something that you get rewards for what you do daily. Yeah, I mean that's very cool things, right? There's a very cool stuff for everyone. Yeah, so definitely Health 5. I absolutely support that and agree. It definitely is a very sustainable and a long race. Okay, for in Web3. Yeah, thank you.
Just want to add a little bit, just one sentence. Like now with that one, so health actions is not invisible anymore. It becomes valuable, right? You get rewards for every action you do. You want to stay healthier, but you also live like younger and also wealthier. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
Thanks for your point of view. And I think for the three of you is as a market observative, in the close how you assess the current investor and user interest in like in AI sector or maybe in DP or maybe in the health sector, especially for the young generation. Because when I'm the young man, I don't care about the health. I think most of the people are same like this. While they are have some issues or they are entering the mid-age, they start to take care of health, right? But I think the way to get the younger generations into the health is you have to integrate with Web3, because the Web3, the youngest generation are most look very important about it. So do you think that maybe in some years afterwards, some young generation, they can easily enter about the healthcare through the Web3 sector? Doctor? Yes.
Hello. Yes, finally. All right. So I actually disagree with you. I think the demographics of people these days in terms of like age, it is actually the younger group that is more concerned about their health. And it helps that technology has caught up, right? Like for instance, the newest wearables by Meta with Ray-Ban, I think the V2 right now is quite amazing in terms of the number of things that it can track, right? And Web3 or blockchain is a technology that does not need to be seen. We don't have to talk about it because it's just a technology, right? It's a layer. It allows you to transmit data securely, more efficiently, right? And it's stored on chain is immutable. So, which means to say that it cannot be changed. Today, if I'm going to upload my genetics onto it and it's going to be encoded to me, it's me. No one else can take that, right? So that's the whole idea of implementing onto blockchain. Making it a little bit more relatable to everyone here. Maybe we stop talking about blockchain. We use touch and go. Do we ask where the money is coming from? We don't, right? We don't ask how is the money being transmitted from me to you. We just want to make sure that today I send you 10 ringgit, you receive 10 ringgit, right? So blockchain technology is that. Now, everyone here can participate in that, right? And I believe that even with the DinyChain app, you're already enabling that. People just need to sign on with their email and they already have a wallet. You don't even need to know you have a wallet, right? And when you want to tap into that, you can actually learn about it, right? So I think we're in a very, very different stage of life now where everyone in every age group, it does not matter if you're 15 years old, whether you're 35, whether you're 55, whether you're 75, right? It's a lot easier for people to actually participate now. It's no longer something that we say that because everyone has a handphone. As long as you have a smartphone, you can participate, right? And I think it's going to be a very interesting next 5 to 10 years to see where the convergence between wearables, health, and also AI come together, right? To actually give you a very, very clear profile of yourself, right? I like what Live AI is doing because as a medical doctor, it makes a lot of sense to be able to kind of find out or predict, right? In the next 5 to 10 years, what are the things that I need to kind of like look out for, right? So kudos to you guys.
Okay, so my point of view, talking about the next 5 to 10 years, and with the young generations, we are seeing that lots of generations that they are really interested in the blockchain, AI, or Web3. But back to the statement of health, that you are right, because young people they think that okay, I'm young, so I have a really good kidney, I have a really good liver, I have a good heart, and I don't really care about health. Because I can wake up every morning, I can even spend all night at the bar, and then tomorrow I can still work. But the thing is like that, it is like capsules. Then like a water bottle. When you drink it every day, there's sometimes, somehow, at some moments that your body or the health become degraded, and your body also, they have some certain kind of longevity, certain time for them to work. And the thing is, the lifestyle, you have really bad lifestyles. And then, even now, younger people are getting a lot of problems, like stroke and those things, even kidney failures. So, we have to increase awareness for the young generation. That's a good point, the first. Then how do we do that? With the integrating of health and also Web3. And the thing here, we need to find a way that we could get giving them the rewards or tokenize any kind of asset or actions and on teams, smart contracts. Like you can have a triangle, for example, in Live AI, we have a models developing that will be applied soon. We call it life-saving factors, for example. So that will be collaboration between that three pillars. First, the users, for example, youngsters. The second will have the experts as a kind of giving the solutions like health coach or clinics or things. And the third one will be the validators. So for the young generation, we could, if they get into a campaign, like they are having a problem with their type 2 diabetes or something, or maybe some kind of gamifications, get people get to actions every day. They love playing game. Now turn the health action to the game that they play every day, and they get the reward. And that is how we can, get them engaged in those health activities. And we can measure, like for example, for a person they are overweighted, and then after 6 months with the health coach service, we measure the input and output, right? Then we can generate some life-saving factor. Because if you lose like 10 kilograms, actually you are reducing the rates of mortality or something. Then we could have some points to reward to them, to the users, and to the people support them, health coach, and also to the validators who validate those factors or informations. So being that, we have the involvement of that three types of communities, and I think that was the good point when we get people like active to get engaged in health, and through that they know more about themselves. And after 25, they are saying that after 21st day you already forming a kind of lifestyle or kind of the new routine, that's the routine for your body. So I think that's how we could get people to get engaged, especially youngsters.
Alright, so what actually Dr. Ian and Nguyen spoke was basically true. So I would like to add on with just because for what I think, for the youngster, instead of like for youngsters to accept and join into Web3 or even to Health 5, I think it is just a matter of time. Because like back to when the year like 2000 something, the early 2000, when we first heard about internet. I think that time I was like at the age of 9 or 8. So yeah, when people start speaking about internet, you know nothing. You know nothing about the internet, but sooner or later, everyone use internet to send email, to join Facebook. It comes to Web 2.0 and all that. So yeah, like for Web 3.0, as we speak, it is definitely a new era. Again, with the new technology and all that things. So like Dr. Ian said, we don't even have to mention about like how blockchain rocks, how blockchain is so cool, why you should join the blockchain. Because initially, you are joining blockchain, and then you are using blockchain technology without knowing that you are using of it. Yes, like even though we can say maybe when you're using about some of the banking system is very traditional, right? But maybe the bank system, they have already implemented blockchain technology inside the system. So you don't know, but you are using of it. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it has to be wait for like 5 to 10 years. Actually, starting from now, everyone is actually adopting. They are adopting it without knowing it. Like that. So that's my point of view. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So three of you guys, they have just have mentioned a lot about the health data or even the banks transfer data or anything. So that as a data perspective, have you guys can be noticed that all of this data can be monetized or even capitalized to attract any generation of the people to get benefit from it, for health data or even the financial data. Yeah. Doctor?
I think this is the biggest space, right, when it comes to money. And what each and every one of us here don't know is that every time you buy vitamins, every time you see a doctor, or even when you buy a health insurance, especially when you do a medical checkup, all this data is actually being put together and is being monetized without us knowing about it. It's very similar to us using Facebook or Instagram, right? Every single time you click something, you watch something, it is data being transmitted to Meta, which is Facebook, and they're monetizing it without you knowing it. That's why you're getting ads. If you're looking at bags, then suddenly you're getting a lot of ads about bags, right? So I think where we're heading towards right now is a space where we want to democratize the ownership of data, and that's very, very important. Today, I should be able to choose if I want to monetize my data or not, if I want to let people use my data or not. In fact, actually, we all allowed Facebook to monetize our data because we didn't read the fine print, right? We just always, when you sign up for something, you always just scroll down and then you just click, I agree, right? I think we need to break out of the bubble and we need to move towards the right space and know our rights, especially when it comes to data ownership. So we're incubating a project which is medically related as well, and that's exactly what we're building. We're building a very unique decentralized ID in order to allow each and every user that actually participates in the health vertical to have full control of their health data. Right today, if I want to store my health data and I do not want to monetize it, I can choose to do that. But if I do want to monetize it, I'm still anonymous. People don't know that my name is Ian, right? I'm 40 years old. I have health disease or I have diabetes. It doesn't pull back to me. I'm still anonymous and I can still, openly share that data, and hey, if I can make money out of that, that's my choice, right? So I think that's where we are at right now, and that's something that we are advocating very strongly.
Yeah, really good point. Because the data is out there, there's a lot of data. And I think I would pull out the terms about the centralized management and decentralized management, even talking into the data management. You talk about the way Facebook, they monetize the user data. Or even, there's company, 23andMe, Genie Coding, they're also using the centralized management. It means that the service providers, they own users' data. And with that data, they become billions values of the company, even thousand billions of the company, trillions of dollars of the company. Because they don't make money from giving the service, but they make money from the data they get from the users. So it's centralized management. And the risk of centralized management is when you store data somewhere, maybe you have a hard drive or somewhere, server or something, that become kind of central cybersecurity attack. So in order to do that, to solve that problem, we have to build decentralized management. So that when we store data in blockchains, we apply NFTs that users truly own their data. For example, in Genetica and Life AI, we launched a gene NFT for DNA. So you are the owner of your data and fully ownership and applying blockchain giving the data access transparency as well. Who use that for what. And now talking into monetizing it. So the health data, I don't think that even when you own the data, the way it's not for trading, right? You can just buy and sell. But the way the data becomes something valuable, something meaningful, something is the valuable of that data, the value of that data. Like, for example, someone they have very rare variants of DNA that could become something, it's not like in the populations, very rare frequency in the populations that become the value of the data. And also that could be the contribution to research. And talking also into the way we monetize data is about time bound. For how long you give the license? Is it private license for certain organizations, for example DMG, or is a public license for everyone can use? And also the thing is, the other thing is like already said, the doctor said that we need also thinking about the anonymous data as well. You would want to create including the identification in those data. I don't want people to know that I have disease, or I don't want they know that how old am I. So that's also the thing that we need also to including into the data in the future, applying in any sectors, not just in healthcare. Yeah.
Right. So basically, what I think about for these questions is about I think that every revolutionary is to solve some issue, to solve a problem. So the born of as we say, the born of blockchain technology, it can help to solve one of the issue that we mentioned just now. It's about the data ownership. You do not own your data. Who owns the data? All those big company, like Meta, as we say, like Meta, even though IG is under Meta. Yeah, because actually, eventually, maybe you can find this in your daily life. If today I tell something about maybe car or watch, we went here, the next second or the next minute when I scroll my IG or even though my Facebook, all those related about cars or watches will appear in the homepage itself. So basically, when you ask about do we have is our data secure? To be frank, no, definitely no. Yeah. So with blockchain, with the implementation of blockchain technology with the blockchain technology, when you truly own your data by yourself, no matter your health data, your bio data, or even though any data that when you truly own, so it comes to what Dr. Ian and Nguyen summarized just now. You have the decision to either disclose or not to disclose. Because you truly own it. For it's like how you do when you own a car. So what it means when you own a car, when you don't have any car loan, when you fully settled, you bought it with fully cash. So you can do whatever you want with the car. I use cash to buy a Lamborghini, and then the next second I can burn it because I own the car. Yeah. So this is what when we talk about this is a very layman style, because I can see most of our guests today here. It's very lovely community here. So this is the easiest way for you guys to understand why data ownership is really important. To solve with the born of blockchain technology. Yeah. So this is how I see it in a very layman style. Yeah. Thank you.
Right, that's a very interesting view. Okay, so let's make it summarize. As per your backgrounds, as per your professionals, could you share to our guests today what is the biggest opportunity in coming within 2 years in the in Web3 sector? So I would like to start from Andrew. Yeah.
Okay. So if there's any one of you doesn't know, doesn't hear, listen to the background that Ray's introduced just now. So I'm Andrew. I'm from CRM Click, which is we are a centralized exchange. So in the point of view, of an exchange, what we are looking forward, for the coming up to 2 to 3 years is that first of all we talk about RWA. This is no matter it is in mainland China or even though in Malaysia, everyone is talking about RWA or RWB. So when you talk about RWA, how does it related to health? Because everything actually when you see it can become like a cycle. When you turn health, you tokenize it, your health fund and all that. You use your so-called your running data. You turn it into credit, you earn some rewards and all that. So with all that, everything comes to a link. Okay, I can even though use my health data or bio data, okay, to turn it into a real world asset. Because in real world, every data, okay, all of us, our data, it is valuable. Okay, it's depend on how much it costs. Okay, for those Meta or anything, you know. Yeah. So, but when we talk about when it comes to finance, okay, because in Web3 it's still about finance, okay, finance related and all that. You know, data can be like leverage and all that. So if let's say today, for example, I'm Elon Musk, so my data might be more valuable than your data. You know, I can't let my data to be known by anyone. Okay, just try to imagine if let's say today, just imagine, okay, if Elon Musk has some, cannot disclose disease. So how it will affect to the whole world? No matter in the economy, the political things and all that. Yeah. So everything becomes in a circle. Yeah, this is what I think about it. Yeah. So yeah.
So I think the biggest opportunity is to turn everyday health actions into verifiable and digital assets, like you said. So, and to creating a decentralized health economy where better care generate better rewards and better health outcomes for individuals, for families, and for communities. Meaning that we are turning health into the great digital asset of the 21st century. That's the biggest opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, since both panelists already spoke about health, right, then I'm going to move away from that. I believe that the global economy is going to be on chain, and that is where we're heading towards. So each and every one of us here eventually will be on chain without knowing that, right? So it technically does translate into health because of the statement, health is wealth, right? And we are moving towards that, especially with all the noise about stable coins. That's been happening. I think we're going to move into a space where cross-border payments are going to be so easy. We're going to be seeing that everything that we're doing, whether it be on health, social, finance, it's every single bit of this is going to be on chain. So yeah, that's something that we are no longer at a stage where we're advocating, right? It's about participating, and each and every one of us should be there, right? We're still early, right? And if there's any advice that you should listen to, buy Bitcoin every day, right? 2 years later, you'll thank me.
Not only to thank you, I think to thank all of us because they are attending for today's event, right? Yeah. So have you guys get some point for this panel? Yes or no? I hope yes. And okay, so I would like to say thank you again for your members' time. And ladies and gentlemen, please have a big applause again for very distinguished guests. And I will pass the pen back to our MC Michael.
All right, thank you very much.